Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Opinion Machine, the show where we talk about all things gaming. My name is Killjoy. Today we are talking about the 5 best games that I have played in 2025. This is in no particular order, these are just my 5 favourite games that have come out this year that I have played. I will just give a quick honourable mention to Xenoblade Chronicles Definitive X Definitive Edition. That game came out this year. I haven't finished. Absolutely loved it. Got way further in it than I did the original time. I just don't think it quite should be on this list. So I've decided to just be like, I love it. It's great. But let's just spend this video talking about the 5 games that I really, truly loved. And I had an absolute blast with. So without any more waiting around, let's get to it. Tempest Rising is pretty much the type of RTS game that suits my needs as an RTS player. It came out, it's heavily inspired by Command & Conquer. It was everything that I wanted from an RTS game. As much as I like other RTS games like the StarCraft franchise or other games like that, a lot of the time I kind of just like the Command & Conquer style of like getting a harvester, harvesting your resources, putting down multiple buildings and building units that way. Tempest Rising does exactly that. It is pretty much, hey, here's what Command & Conquer 3 would be like in a modern day with some, you know, like quality of life improvements, things like that. The game is just phenomenal. It has lots of smart additions to it since it's come out. It has two very different factions right now. There is a third faction coming, but the GDF and the Tempest Dynasty work differently enough to make them interesting. Their technologies are different. The 2 campaigns that are on show here are some of the best RTS campaigns I've played in a very long time. The fact that you have, between missions, you have your armory and you have your doctrines, and the fact that they give you massive buffs during the missions is super cool. You can choose not to use them, you can choose to use them. The fact that, like, if you play as a GDF, they have their own unique resource, whereas the Dynasty don't have that, but they have, like, you know, they can do stuff with their power plants, they can do stuff with their buildings. Super cool, very original in a lot of ways. Got a nice art style. The game itself is a lot of fun. For the most part, I would say it's a very good modernization of a Command & Conquer style game. I absolutely love it. I would be remiss if I didn't mention the soundtrack. The soundtrack in this game is absolutely phenomenal. It's exactly how you want it to be, in a very dark, gritty, I guess 1960s sort of era of kind of like where it's set, sort of Cold War-esque vibes, both with Europe, both parts of Europe. It's very, very well put together. It's got everything you could want from that style of RTS, plus with the modernizations, plus with the doctrines and the armory. The multiplayer is fun as well. Like, this game is a really complete package. I'm looking forward to the VETI coming, where that will be sometime in 2026, hopefully with a brand new campaign. But as it stands right now, Tempest Rising is by far one of the best RTS games I've played in a very long time, and I cannot wait to see what these guys keep doing. And if you are listening out there, anybody working on Tempest Rising, I will be more than happy to pay for more campaigns. I love this game so much. I think it's phenomenal, and I want to see where this game goes. Commandos Origins is one of those games that, for a series that I absolutely love, I did not expect to see another Commandos game come out, ever. I remember when this was announced and I was so shocked. I was like, oh my god, we're getting a new Commandos game. The last one before this was a first-person shooter, which was the wrong direction for the series. As much as I enjoy it as a game, what made Commandos good was the top-down camera, the stealth tactic style of thing, using your commandos with their unique abilities to deal with the soldiers that were on the battlefield to get your mission objectives done. The guys here have taken the right lessons from a lot of the me games, so like Shadow Gambit, the newer Desperados game. They've taken the right lessons for all that. They've put it into Commandos Origins. You have that slow down time, stop time thing where you can execute multiple things. This game is phenomenal. Every single level in this game I enjoyed. Every single way that they use the commandos is awesome. They make the commandos feel very, very different, and they work in the unique ways, and the fact that you get different missions where you get a different set of commandos on, amazing. Even the recent DLC that came out for it, the 4 missions set in Crete, very different locale, very different vibe, also really, really fun. This is not a sort of game that everybody's going to enjoy, but the Commandos series is renowned for being set during that kind of World War II time. I love it. I think the writing's fun. I think the characters are well voiced. Like, everything I like about this game, I just absolutely love. The fact that we got a brand new Commandos game in 2025 makes me so happy. I cannot wait to see what these guys do in terms of either adding more mission packs for the DLC, or even if we get a second Commandos game from this team down the line. Like, I am so excited for it. This is a series that is, like, at home on the PC. It's a quintessential PC game, this series. Commandos, the original, like, 2 and 3, all very good games. And just to have this series back in a way that makes sense rather than a first-person shooter is incredible. And it's a game that I recommend everybody go and play. Like, it's so much fun. Even with, like, the missions. Like, each mission is at least an hour long, unless you're, like, you can speed run it and you know what you're doing. Like, you're going to take your time with this. You're going to enjoy this game for what it is. So much fun. So happy to see this series return. And I just, like... This is an absolute, like, instant classic for me, and this is a perfect place to start if you've never played this sort of stealth tactic style game. This game is a good place to start. It will ease you in at night. It does get more difficult, and you can obviously up the difficulty anyway, but this game, just incredible. Incredible, incredible, incredible. Go play it. Go and enjoy this style of game. Probably the most controversial pick on my list here is Borderlands 4. Yes, before we can't talk about this game without talking about the controversy of the PC performance, the console performance. 100%, I had crashes and still get crashes out the wazoo, right? I am in position to say I have had so many issues with this game since getting a newer graphics card. However, for me personally, I cannot ignore how much fun that I had with this game. I absolutely love this game from a gameplay standpoint. When this game works, when this game runs, and I get to explore the world, I get to do the quests, do the side quests, go out hunting for things, I've had an absolute blast playing this game. I think the skill trees are so interesting, they're so involved. The guns, they do start a bit slow, but once you get going, you get some phenomenally fun guns to use. The game adds loads of movement options. This is a very iterative game. Like, don't get me wrong, it's not like it's a massive departure from Borderlands 3, but what it does add, like the open world, I was unsure of. I'm still not sure if that's the way the series needs to go, but it works here with the fact that you can spawn your vehicle and drive around and just enjoy exploring the map, looking for secrets, finding some incredible side quests, some of the best side quests the series has ever seen. The Vault Hunters I didn't think were that interesting to start with. I was like, oh, I'm not really seeing a lot here. However, I've played Amon, and I've played the TDR guy, I'm blanking on his name, but they're very different and they're a lot of fun. One of them is like big stompy man who can like have a shield, he can have floating weapons. I played him with the flying fist ability to like smack things. Super fun, you can build this melee build out of him. Each tree's got multiple routes now. The way that things just kind of come together and like mash together, you can now, once you get to endgame, you can take abilities from some guns and put them onto other guns. You can kind of build your characters in significant ways in this, and that's super fun. And then playing the TDR bloke, like I said, I'm blanking on his name. You can have mounted guns, you can have mounted rocket guns, you can drop the gun, you can do all kinds of stuff. Yes, I still feel I'm at a point now where I would say this game's getting to the point where I could recommend it, but I can't ignore those issues. Right, they are problematic issues and they should never have happened in the first place. If you happen to just for a second take them, put them to the side and talk about the game on its own, this was a incredible game. I don't care what anyone says, like, I don't care about people going, oh, the writing's bland, the characters are bland, blah, 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 blah. Like, I've had many laugh out loud moments. I very much enjoyed what the game was offering. It is different to the previous games, but I really enjoyed what was here. I put 100 hours into this game, if that makes any difference and weighs on it. But, like, Borderlands is a series that people seem to think that after 2 has never reached the same heights. People seem to think this series doesn't deserve, you know, the praise and all that. Like, these are very average games. I disagree. I think these games are usually of a high quality. It is hard to take a look at this game without looking at that performance issue. But there is a very, very good game here. And I still make the statement that no looter shooter is as good as how Borderlands does it. You get the best kind of loot. You get the crazy amounts of loot. You get really interesting weapons in this game. Other ones just do not come close to it. Having that silly humor, having that art style really makes a difference. Yeah, it's not a perfect game. Far from it. But genuinely, like, the additions they've added to the gameplay, whether that be the whip, the jetpack, the way that guns have like extra add-on parts, stuff like that. Like, they just did a lot of smart things to evolve the game, and even being able to summon your vehicle at any point and customize that. There's a lot of changes here that I think actually make this game like phenomenal. It's maybe not as high as some of these other games that I'm about to list off and have listed off already, but I still think I've had such a fun time playing with it, and I always enjoy Borderlands games. Just please, next time there's a Borderlands game to come out, please get it in a working condition before you release it, please. But other than that, phenomenal game. If you like looter shooters, if you like first-person RPGs, there is nothing better on the market than Borderlands 4. Donkey Kong Bonanza is probably the best example as to why Nintendo are like best in class for certain games. Nobody makes platformer games like Nintendo do, and for a 3D platformer that was kind of like, oh, this is different, we haven't seen this since Donkey Kong 64, they absolutely smashed it out of the park. Again, not a perfect game. There are definitely points in this game where the music doesn't quite hit the highs as it does at other points, but the gameplay is incredibly fun. The levels are really interesting. A lot of the things that you do in this game, everything falls back into, like, it all adds to your experience. Everything you do comes back to getting more banana points, getting skill points to be able to do more things, reach new areas. Like, honestly, this game is just, I don't know where it sits for me personally on, like, when it comes to Donkey Kong games. Like, the original Donkey Kong Country is still my favorite, but there's so much to love here. Like, the way that they kind of, like, go for a Disney sort of princess thing with Pauline. She's a really interesting and, like, playful character. Donkey Kong is goofy. It is weird seeing his new look, but I kind of got used to it. The other characters they have here, the references to the older games, the enjoyment, even the end game. I've talked about it. I won't talk about spoilers here. The end game part of this is incredible. As a long-time fan, I genuinely, like, overcome with joy with what they do near the end of this game. And I think it's still, like, it's one of the best games, if not the best game, or one of the best games on Nintendo Switch 2 that specifically is, like, using that hardware and the power of the Switch 2 over the Switch 1. It's the best platforming game that's came out this year. There is nothing better than this game. Like, I know some people might say, like, Hollow Knight, but let's be honest, like, Nintendo are the best and have always been the best when it comes to platformers. They just feel right to play. And quite frankly, for me, I was like, this game is just incredible. I couldn't put the game down. I loved every second of the game. I loved going back. Oh, I haven't quite 100% in it, but I went back and got most things. It is a phenomenal game. It is something that I will be replaying at some point in the future. This game is just so good. And the fact that it was the Odyssey team who already made an incredible Mario game have now made the best 3D Donkey Kong game. Let's be honest, the bar wasn't too high. But this game is like 10 out of 10 quality. Just, people should be looking at this game now going forward with platformers and looking at why this game is so good. This is how 3D platformers should be. This is how 3D platformers should be continually going forward. Obviously with their own spin on ideas, but this game, Donkey Kong Bonanza, is incredible and just literally one of the best games I've played this year. Okay, last game, Metroid Prime 4. At this point, you would have seen my video that I put up talking about this game. I think this game is absolutely the best game to come out this year, even though every game I've put in this list, there is no ordering here. These are just 5 games that I just loved. Metroid Prime 4, I could sit here and make arguments for the best looking game, one of the best adventure games, some of the best music, just a game that feels really good to play. I think this game is impeccable. And I think this is like that could be a game of the year for a lot of people. It could be somebody's personal favorite. I think this game is so strong that it even outdoes like the first game. I haven't finished the first Metroid Prime, so I don't know. But from playing about half of Metroid Prime 1 and then finishing all of Metroid Prime 4, I'm like, this game is just absolutely phenomenal. There is not many games on the market that know how to set out and do an adventure game with the detail that this game does it. Nice compact story in about 10 to 15 hours. Sci-fi story, tells the adventure, does it so well with the way that you play this over your standard sort of first-person shooter. Metroid Prime 4 is just incredible. I have seen people upset about the talking characters. I've seen people upset about the desert. And to be honest with you, I can understand those complaints. I don't agree with those complaints. I don't think that this is very rare I say this. This game is maybe not a perfect game, but it's as close to perfect as a first-person adventure game that I've ever seen or ever played. me personally had zero issues with it, or at least one very minor issue. But other than that, the entire game was just incredible from start to finish. I loved it. I think the game deserves as much praise as it gets. I hope that this game, over time, people realize actually this is a very good game. I cannot wait to see what they do with this series going forward. I still need to go back and finish Metroid Prime 1, play Metroid Prime 2, and finish Metroid Prime 3, because I've started that game a few times. But right now, Metroid Prime 4 is without a doubt the best looking game to come out this year, probably the best game that came out this year, and probably one of the greatest games of all time ever made, period. Like, that's how much fun I had with this game. You're probably going to disagree with that, but like, I think this game is phenomenal, and it's just one of those things that's so deserving because it's so good. And to be able to sit there and play it for those 14 hours, I'll never have that experience again, and that's a shame because this game is so much fun, and I can't wait to replay it when I play through all the Metroid games or multiple Metroid games. This is definitely going to be high on my list of something that I want to return to. So there you have it. There's my 5 games that I think are the 5 best games to come out this year. There's a lot of games that come out this year. This is a phenomenal year for video games. I think there's a lot of stuff there. I know people are probably going to be like, where's Claire Obscura? If you go watch my videos on it, you'll know that I had a rough time playing that game. I still think it was an 8 out of 10, but I didn't think it was Game of the Year, and I didn't think that game was... It was a very good game. It was very solid, did a lot of things that I enjoyed, but I didn't think it hit the heights that most people did. And I think people are going to say the same about me with Metroid Prime 4, to be honest. They're probably going to be like, well, that's kind of overblown hype, but hey, that's okay. You enjoy your games, I enjoy my games. These are just the games that I enjoyed. If you haven't played any of them, I recommend you go and play them. Borderlands 4, just be a little bit... It's better now, right? I still have to put that out there. It's still a little bit ropey, but it's a lot better now than it was. But Tempest Rising, phenomenal RTS game. Commando's Origin, phenomenal stealth tactics game. Very, very PC-centric games. But if you've got a PC and you've not played them and you want to try... Tempest Rising is a good place to start if you've not played RTS as well. Like, it's very good for that. Commando's Origins, phenomenal place to start for that series. Borderlands 4... In terms of like accessibility and quality of life, Borderlands 4, Borderlands 3 are probably the best places to start with this series. People might say play 2, but the movement options, the things that Borderlands 4 does, it can be a little bit hard to go back. It's not impossible, but I think this game just does a really good job of feeling good to play. And in terms of looter shooters, there is no, like I said, there's no better series on the market. Donkey Kong Bonanza is just a phenomenal platformer. It's the best platformer to come out this year. Yes, I've not played Yooka-Laylee, and there's some other games I haven't played. But in terms of this year, right now, Nintendo at their A-game. Platforming games are their jam. Not many games come close to it, and I think that this game is just phenomenal. And who doesn't like Donkey Kong's big goofy face? It's an impeccable game. 10 out of 10. And then Metroid Prime 4. It's just so good. It's just so good. I love it. So... that's going to do it for me today then, guys. Thank you so much for watching this video. As always, you know, I completely understand that other people are going to have different 5 games or a different set of games as there, and that's awesome. Whatever games that are your favorite games of the year, that's impeccable. That's super cool because it's really important that those games that you played and that you love are your personal favorites, right? It doesn't matter what anyone else thinks. If you played a game this year and you think it's the best game that came out this year, awesome. Keep it positive. You know, feel free as well to put, if other people have got favorite games this year, even if it's just one, put it down in the comments. Let's have a discussion. Let's talk about it because everyone's going to feel differently about different things. I'm quite lucky that I play a lot of different games on different systems. I don't have a PlayStation or an Xbox, so I don't really play a lot of that. There's things like Doom, Avowed. I played South of Midnight. That was a very good game. That might be one of your favorites. There are a lot of good games that came out this year. So, you know, let's talk about it. Let's have a discussion as to why, you know. But thank you very much for watching as always. If you like the video, please hit the thumbs up button. Helps out a ton. And then if you want to see more content like this and in going into 2026 and beyond, there'll be more content coming to enjoy. So thanks very much for watching as always, and I will see you next video.